And welcome back. A beautiful shot from Santa Barbara looking to the south. Every so often you see these big puffy clouds pushing in across the upper levels of the atmosphere, and as well the haziness right there. That's your fog trying to work its way in, but really having a hard time with this type of atmosphere. We're just not getting a whole lot of push from the beaches to the inland areas, but we're still getting that little sliver of coastline that everyone wants to live near because, well, the weather is always usually a little bit better as you head farther inland, of course. Look at that, just baking in Cuyama as well. Ojai at 90 degrees. Paso Robles getting a little break. Compare that to Morro Bay, though, and quite a difference. And there's that weak marine influence. It's just not a very strong sea breeze. The best we can do is off Goleta at maybe 13 miles an hour, but just not really enough to push in a real strong sort of June gloom pattern. And, well, of course, we are in July, so we do expect to be warm. Sometimes, though, you get a little humid. And that's because there's just a bit of monsoon moisture coming up out of the south, and you can see the forecast is pretty easy until you get to that monsoon sort of trickiness, and that's because we typically are pretty far to the west and to the north of that energy. You can see to the south and east of us, well, this is the time of year when that can really come up and bring some thunder into the area and even some markedly strong rain showers. You can actually get some pretty good rain totals very quick. That's happening to our south and east, but right there, look tomorrow, there's a little burst of energy that pushes across the area, and again, as we head toward Monday before things start to clear out and push out of the region. So that monsoon chance is going to stay in the forecast at least through Monday or so. But again, mostly to our south and east. Overnight, a lot of low 60s, even upper 50s, so not a really cool overnight sort of temperature plan, and that's all because, again, that moisture coming up out of the south and southeast is warm. Keeps the atmosphere just a little warmer than normal. So overnight, 57 in Buellton tomorrow, expecting a 90, 91 in San Ynez, 97 in Cuyama. So really warm, even hot temperatures inland as you head closer to the beach, high 60s, so that's the area to go for that relief. Down in Oxnard Plain, same story there. Look at Ojai, a very warm 95. Santa Paula at 90, 84 in Camarillo. And then as you head toward the coast, still in the 70s, only probably right on the immediate coastline in that region will it get into the upper 60s. Water at 66. There's your high tide and low tide times. Not much in the way of surf out there, just a little southern hemisphere sort of mixing in with some northwest wind energy. Your Santa Barbara forecast, you'll see not a lot of changes coming. Perhaps some cooler weather is expected toward the end of the forecast, but it looks like in the meantime it's going to stay on the warm side and humid, so that means that thunder chance will last through about Monday afternoon before we expect to see things start to dry out at the upper levels. Lower levels, though, well, the fog will likely be MIA for at least for a couple of days. Perhaps we'll get just a little bit of that energy back in as we head toward next week. And I want to point out, though, that fog chance and maybe cooler weather for next weekend is right now kind of up in the air. We might actually stay on the warm side right through the foreseeable future. So
what I'm looking at right now is Friday, which we all know is the parade.
Right.
And 79. It's going to be a warm one.
Take it.
Okay.
Might be 80
take it.
or 81.
Right, thanks for that. A Dodger legend made a pit stop in Carpinteria today. Manny Mota greeted